If you've spent any time on LinkedIn, someone has told you when to post Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 to 10 a.m., maybe Thursday, posting during business hours, don't post on weekends, engage in the first hour or the algorithm buries you. I want to show you where that advice came from, why it made sense at the time, and why following it now is probably a waste of your mental energy. Let's get into it. To be clear, the old advice wasn't wrong. It was built on real logic at the time. The old LinkedIn algorithm worked on engagement velocity. It watched what happened to your post in the first hour or two. Lots of reactions fast, boost, if nothing, bury it. So if you posted at 8 a.m. Tuesday, the people who were online right then and there, commuting, starting their morning, would engage. That gave your post the momentum. The algorithm saw the spike and distributed it to more and more people. By lunchtime, you most likely had reach. Post 8 p.m. on a Sunday, nobody is online, no first hour momentum, post dies, algorithm moves on. The logic was completely sound for that algorithm. But 360 Brew doesn't work that way anymore. It's a 150 billion parameter language model. It reads your posts, it reads your profile, it reads the viewer's profile and history and their comments, and it scores relevance for each individual reader continuously, not just at the moment you publish. Here's the part that changes the timing math. 360 Brew uses what researchers call many-shot in-context learning. It builds a temporary personalized model for each viewer based on their last 2 or 3 months of activity. And that process runs all the time, not just when you hit publish. What that means practically, a post that gets a quality engagement signal at any point can re-enter distribution. So one save 36 hours after posting, a substantive comment that starts a real thread, a reshare with added commentary, any of those can kind of like restart the clock. AuthoredUp have analyzed 4.2 million posts and found that posts getting saves and real comments 24 to 72 hours after publishing perform 4 to 6 times better in suggested feeds than posts that only got fast, shallow engagement in the beginning. And we see this in our own data as well. 2 of the high impression posts in our data set, one with 48,000 impressions, one with 32,000, both show delayed redistribution patterns. The algorithm didn't just send them out once and stop, it kept going. So really, those 2 posts don't look like posts that won the golden hour. They look like posts the algorithm kept returning to because engagement quality stayed high. And this goes further. There's something interesting in our posting time data. 8 a.m. is the most popular LinkedIn advice. Most LinkedIn advice points right there. 8 a.m., your time zone, or your target audience's time zone, that is. Posts at 8 a.m. in our data set, we looked at 68 and they had an average impression of 858. 10 a.m. posts, much fewer. We just looked at 21 in that time frame of a week, and average impression was 7,578. That's an 8 times difference. But the thing is, it's not because 10 a.m. is a magic hour. It's just because 8 a.m. is crowded with all the people sticking to the old rules. Everyone followed the same advice, so everyone's posts compete for the same feed space at the same moment. There is that. That's why time matters, not because of the algorithm, but because of how many people you're competing with. So really, the first hour logic created its own problem. When everyone optimizes for the same window, the window inevitably stops working, right? You're just competing with too many other posts at the same time. So here's what I'd actually tell someone asking when to post. First, pick a time that's convenient for you. One time, not 3, not I'll optimize this every week. Just pick one time. Make sure that time is when a reasonable chunk of your core audience is likely to be awake and online. If you're writing for founders in the US and you're posting at 3 a.m. their time, yeah, that matters. Your seed audience has to be somewhere online for the initial distribution to start. It's not like the golden hour is completely debunked. It's just way less important than it used to be. But really, that's it. That's the whole rule. Not post exactly at 8:47 a.m. because that's when engagement rates peak. Not watch your notifications for the first 60 minutes and reply to every comment. Not never post on Friday because the data says so. The platforms that benefit from you obsessing over time, the ones that keep pushing that narrative, are scheduling tools and analytics dashboards. LinkedIn's algorithm has moved on from that logic, and it made the obsession over when is the correct posting time obsolete. What does matter now, the things that 360 Brew actually rewards, are quality engagement signals at any point in the post's lifespan. And the post's lifespan is way longer than 1 hour. A save, a real comment, a thread ideally, a repost that adds perspective, those happen when the content is good. It doesn't matter when you post that good content. So the best content advice tends to be the opposite of what's being sold. Everyone selling LinkedIn courses is selling the complicated version because complicated justifies the price, right? Justin Welch's all-time advice, he didn't say it quite that way, right? But below the line, it was post at the same time as I do and comment on my post to get reach. See my point? So really just ignore all of this, pick a consistent time that works for you, write something worth saving. The algorithm will figure out who it's for. That's actually it. If you want one thing to change after this video, pick your posting time one time, write it down, never think about it again, then spend the time you were spending on timing optimization on making your posts worth saving instead. And if you want to see what signals your posts are actually generating, saves, engagement quality, what's working, Continent tracks all of that automatically. Free trial at continent.io. Link is in the description. More on how to deal with 360 next week, so stay tuned.